Thursday, and we're now at the 27th of August, 2020, about 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Stock market up strongly as the Fed chair did his speech at 8:00. Well, it wasn't at 8:10. It was before then, according to my clocks. But I was watching what he said, and instead of me giving in my writing and my update, which I'm going to give you in a minute right here, I'm just going to say that the Fed chair speaks and leave it at that. GDP numbers, let's take a look at them, and then we'll come back to the chart, and I'll explain what went on there. GDP 31.7 versus an expected 32.5 contraction. That's better, not as bad. That helped the stock market a little bit. Chain-weighted PCE down 2%. They expected down 1.8, so that's pretty close. Preliminary PCE index down 1.8. Second quarter advanced 1.9. Jobless claims. The number came in so close. You know, I considered anything under 1 million to be a bit friendly, anything over 1.1 to be a little, actually 1.2 to be a little bit bearish was the number I said last night. And you came in at 1.006 million. So they're still there. They're still very elevated. But I'll give you the fear that I've got. Are you watching what's going on in Europe? If you are not, start paying attention. Paris is going back into the full lockdown. Germany's considering canceling all public events in 2021. There's a surge happening again there. They have been ahead of us, as you know. I am wondering what happens in America. We haven't quit our surges at this point. So pay attention to this. And while all these good things that we're hearing about, Abbott test at $5, that's wonderful. We still don't have a cure, or we have better treatments if you get seriously ill. But we don't have a treatment for mildly ill, and we certainly don't have a vaccine. National Association of Realtors, we expected a good pop. We got 5.9, they expected 3.5. Pending home sales are up 15.5% year over year. Energy analysts are looking for the number to come in at up 45 billion. It probably came out by now. I'm doing this, so I couldn't see it. And Petrologics have said that oil exports from Iraq have been lower, and that was what OPEC said would happen. That's what the Saudis specifically wanted to occur. Now let's get to this. If you trade the initial words of a Fed chair in a speech like this, the algorithms take over. I've explained this to my viewers over and over. So the market surges to 1987, crashes back to 1914.70. Take a look at silver, down $1 from the high that it made. So if you want to stand in front of a freight train, I welcome you to do so. I've got enough experience with this. You know, I spent years on the floor of the exchange. I watched what happened when reports came out in the old days in the ag and so on. There's a flurry. Well, algorithms just took it over, that's all. So you don't have the traders screaming back and forth, but it's the same impact. And you learn to stand back like that for a little bit, let it all set in. Simply put, the Fed has said employment is really the key. And therefore, rates are going to stay low and very low for a very long period of time. This is a new way that they're communicating. Forget the September FOMC meeting. It's just going to be a regurgitation of what happened today. Those of you that get my written updates, I will go through it in detail at the 11:30 update. Suffice to say, the dollar at first dropped, the euro went up. This is still the yin-yang period. What do I mean? They came out, you get these reactions. Don't be surprised if you get a different reaction by day's end. So let the market digest all this. It's early in the day. Europe is still open at this point. They're thinking about it. Asia's yet to come. In the grain markets, look what's happening in the beans and the corn and the wheat. Remember, the trade deals are going. If you looked at interest rates, this is not wrong. You got a full 2-point swing in the bonds. You have nearly a full point swing going, well, not quite, 17 points in the 10-year note. But what's going on here is the market's got to digest all this. Simply put, I don't think the Fed is scared of zero interest rates. I don't think they're going negative. I think the Fed will do everything, and it's going to focus on employment, and they're decoupling full employment with inflation. So inflation is not what they're going to worry about at all. The message is loud and clear. They'll let it overshoot. They love to have it created. They're telling the Fed is telling the government, do something with airlines, do something with other parts. because you're going to lose another 50 to 100,000 jobs in that airlines if you don't do something over the next, this is August 26th, it's right around the corner. So we've got to be watching what happens. There's time yet. We'll see if the government can come together. When we talk about all this, one of the things I like to do is I put this together in perspectives. So this morning I put out my morning subscriber video for futures. This afternoon, it'll be my updates for my ETF traders. Now these are the video updates. They're a paid subscription. I give you specific trading strategy, entry points, where I want you to do this and that. And I want to tell you, now that all this today is out of the way, it's gloves off. Now I feel I can come back into the markets. I got very aggressive last night in the ETFs. Now I've been waiting for the futures because I figured, why step in front of the Fed? And now I can start pulling off the gloves there. There's a time where I stand back, a time where I get aggressive. I cover all these different areas, 36 different charts in the ETF, 40 in the futures markets, and the idea is to give you the confidence you might need to cover the different areas that you're looking at. So what do we do with that? It says 34, it's 36, believe me. So as I put it together, the idea is there to give you something you might want to live with. How do you get this? It's simple. Go to our website, and on the website, you sign up for 30 days at a time. So you're not tied into a long contract. You decide, is it worth your money or not? I think you'll find it worth it. And if you think about it, I can do so much more in a video than I can in writing a lengthy paper. It's unbelievable. And you get to see the different ETF spiders and the different futures that you want. Go to our website, under the word research, it's all there. You can always call us. If our line doesn't go through, we take a recording, we call you right back. We're still all working out of the office, although we're getting word that we're getting ready to go back in. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great day, and I will talk to you all later this afternoon in our market wrap-ups.